This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Hello, fellow gamers. Welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. We are 3 lifelong gamer dads, and for today's bonus round episode, we have each brought several gaming would you rathers that we're going to discuss over the next hour. Please make sure to follow the pod so you don't miss anything, and if you want to help support the show while getting bonus episodes and all kinds of other perks, go check out Patreon support options starting at $5 a month at multiplayersquad.com. I am your host, Paul, and joining me, his name is Josh. Now, Josh, would you rather have in real life a legit set of the Blades of Chaos or the Leviathan axe?
Blades of Chaos for sure. I'm a dual wielder.
Dude,
man.
you're gonna burn yourself like the first minute.
No way. I'm a dual wielder. I've always been a dual wielder. Having 2 weapons is better than one.
Yeah, he's definitely losing a limb within the first 2 minutes. Of
Guys, watch this. He starts swinging them.
Dude, I've watched those videos of I don't even know what the weapon is actually called, where it's like the little weight on the end of a chain.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and people are slinging that thing around. Like, dude, when I was a kid, I was like, that's my ninja weapon, man.
I just want to see Josh out front doing landscaping with the Blades of Chaos.
Oh, that would be great.
Chopping the bushes. All right, and then joining Josh and me, you heard him there for a second. His name's Ryan. Now, Ryan, would you rather marry Triss from The Witcher or Professor Garlic from Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, wow. That's actually a good one.
Go for the quiet. Go for the quiet one, Ryan.
Oh.
I'm saying Professor Garlic.
Professor Garlic.
Yeah.
She seems like the nicer pick. I'll give you that. All right. Well, we have so many gaming would you rathers. This is going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, though, Josh, I think you're going to read a review someone left us.
Hey, would you rather listen to the show and leave us a review or be lame and not leave us a review?
I know what I'd pick. I'd leave a review.
Yeah. So, no, hey, we love hearing from the listeners. If you are new to the show and you haven't left us a review, please take the time to do that. If you're on Spotify, you can just rate us 5 stars. If you're on Apple, you can actually rate us 5 stars and leave us a written review. But there is a good chance that we will read it on the show if you do that. And you know, one other thing, if you're a longtime listener and you keep going like, oh man, yeah, I mean to leave them a review, and then you keep forgetting, this is your call out. If you are a longtime listener of this show, you know better than that. Leave us a review so we can read it and give you the credit you deserve. This one comes in from ARG Drowsy, and it's titled, This is Amazing. And it says, hands down, my favorite podcast of all time. I listen to the podcast on the daily, by far the most entertaining gaming review podcast out there. The Discord community is great as well. I recently found out that the podcast has a YouTube channel, Video Gamers Podcast, like and subscribe, because of the Discord community. Shout out Jigglepuff and Josh for helping me out.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
I agree with that whole review.
Including the smash that subscribe button.
Yep.
By the way, we do have a YouTube channel, but there's not very much video content. It's mostly just the podcast, but maybe we'll start working on video one of these days.
Yeah, we've been talking. But you know, we like to think through stuff. We always make sure that the show comes first. You know, if we talk about branching out, we always say, how is that going to affect the podcast, you know, the listeners and things like that. So we're very careful about anything that will take our time away because, you know, we want to give people the best show we can give them.
And congratulations to Drowsy, who posted in our Discord just the other day that they got a PS5.
Yeah.
So lots of fun new stuff to play around with.
Play Stellar Blade and let me know how it is.
One more person that has a PS5 than Josh.
Very true.
I keep waiting for you two to break down and just be like, that's it. That's it. The podcast is buying you a PS5, Josh.
Do it. I don't care.
Ryan's like, as long as you don't have to borrow mine.
Oh, man. We are getting close to the end of that life cycle, though.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see.
I'm going to wait for the PS6.
Yeah, we'll all pick up PS6s then. All right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and start our Would You Rathers. Now, we have done this a couple times, but it's been quite a while. I don't think we've done one of these with Ryan. We would have to go back pretty far when Josh and I last did this. So basically, all three of us just came up with our own lists of Would You Rathers that we thought would be fun to talk about. And we're just going to take turns. We're going to throw them out there. We're all going to answer the question, and we'll just keep going until we hit about an hour's time. Sound good, guys? Everyone got their lists ready?
Oh, I got mine ready. I'm excited. I got a couple good ones on here.
I can't wait to hear them. All right. Well, with that being said, Josh, you want the honors? You want to go first?
I do. Now, it should be said that we are trying to keep this to gaming for the most part. But, sometimes a question comes up where it's just like, even if this isn't gaming related, I need to know the answer. And so I'm going to start with this one just to set the tone a little bit. All right. Would you rather let someone else touch your eyeball or share a sucker with a stranger?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. We're definitely way off the rails already from gaming. What is it, Ryan?
Set the tone here, boys.
So as someone who has contacts, I wear contacts, my eyeball touching somebody else, does not seem like it's that big of a deal to touch it. I would in no circumstance want to share a sucker with a random stranger. That because you get it and it's just wet and sticky and even food for my kids I like taste. I'm like, I don't know about that. So yeah, definitely the eyeball touching. I am not eating and swapping spit with some hobo on the street.
So you'd let me take your contact out for you, Ryan?
100%. Yeah,
right.
over sharing a sucker. I wouldn't share a sucker with you. That's
you know what, Ryan? I wouldn't share a sucker with you.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Well, that's very funny that you both say that because I was going to say the random stranger part is like the part I don't like in there. I don't know what I'm going to catch or what I'm going to get. For the record, I'm 1,000% with you as well, Ryan. I wouldn't really care if someone's going to touch my eye as long as they're not going to poke it and like hurt me. If they're just going to touch it gently, I don't care at all. But there is no way I'm going to share a sucker with a complete stranger. If it's one of you two and I had to, that's not as bad. I don't like the idea of it coming from a stranger.
What is that one? Is it Ace Ventura or whatever when he's touching the eyeball and he's like,
oh yeah, and he's making it move and he's torturing the guy.
Yeah, the guy's like, oh, stop it.
There's definitely people out there who've got things about eyes. There's definitely a small percent that are going crazy right now.
You'll poke your eye out, kid.
Yeah, it's my answer on this one. So you guys are both touch your eyeball, right?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
I've worn contacts for like 30 years. My eyes are calloused up at this point. I'm pretty sure you could poke me in the eye and it wouldn't hurt as bad as, I would think it would. That is the answer. I am not a germaphobe at all. So it's funny because you bring up the point that it's like, if it was a random stranger off the street, I would be like, ugh. But if it's like almost anybody that I knew, even remotely well, I don't think I would like freak out about having to like share. I'm not saying I want to, you know what I mean? But it's like, if I knew the person, I don't think it's nearly as bad as that like random stranger part of it. And I don't know why that matters, but it just does. Because my brain kind of goes to like, dude, I don't know what you've been doing with your mouth. Like,
it's 10 times worse if it's a stranger.
Yeah, exactly. Even though germs are just germs, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, I don't know why, but yeah, my brain just kind of gets skeeved on that one. So yeah, I'm going with touch the eyeball too.
Excellent. Great. Did not have eyeball touching on my bingo sheet for this episode. All right, let's go to you, Ryan. What you got coming up first?
Okay, this one is gaming related. And this one is, would you rather play in a world where all video games are voiced by Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh no.
Or by Fran Drescher?
Oh no! I'm calling
So
Gilbert Godfrey.
Iago-
My answer is easy. I can't. Fran Drescher's voice annoys me to death, man. Like, yeah.
Oh man.
All
I'm
your
taking
games are going to be
Gilbert.
like, Affleck.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll live with that, dude.
Did you know that's not his natural voice?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
what
It's like
he
a
puts
shtick,
on.
right?
I-
It's like
yeah.
Bobcat
Yeah.
Goldthwait too. Like
Exactly,
his voice is
yeah.
the same.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm gonna say give me Fran Drescher.
Come on, Paul. You gonna play this game, Paul?
Okay. You're putting a little extra mustard on the voice.
to go to the Citadel, Paul. Are you gonna go shopping around? Are you sure you want to make that choice?
Boy.
Oh boy, the
Yeah.
nanny narrating Mass Effect just got a lot worse, man. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'll just say Fran Drescher. I kind of didn't mind the nanny. My mom used to watch it a lot, and Gilbert Gottfried though, oof, that one's gonna grind my gears a little bit more.
Really? Okay. What about you, Ryan?
That's fine. Oh, I'm going Fran Drescher. Because then I can at
Really?
least have that mental image of her, you know?
Oh, no. I don't know. Her voice annoys me.
I hear you. Yeah, that you're not winning in either case. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with my first. Would you rather? I want to know. Would you rather play a video game based on the Kill Bill movies
Ooh.
or the John Wick movies?
Oh!
Because I don't think
man.
we've got
I
any
can't
games for either.
choose.
That's really good.
Are those not like two of the best action movies
Oh
we've
my
had in the
goodness,
last
dude.
20
Yes.
years?
Now,
Both, I think, would lend really well to gaming.
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of like swords and anime, or like guns and a little bit more like Asian kung fu. Like, which way are you
man.
going?
They call it gun fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? I will say this: if you have played Pistol Whip in VR, you feel like John Wick, and it is a darn good time. So all you people out there with the Quest 2 or the Quest 3s and you haven't tried Pistol Whip, you basically get to be John Wick in those, and they're a lot of fun. And I think I'm going Kill Bill, dude.
Yeah,
As much
get your
as
Uma
I
Thurman on.
love John Wick, the John Wick series is one of my favorite like movie series, man. I love every single movie, but there's just something about getting up close and personal with a katana,
Yeah,
you know, and getting that
get your Hanzo.
I was going to
Hattori
say
Hanzo
the
sword.
Hattori Hanzo sword. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I like the little bit of anime flair and the kind of over the top stuff. So yeah, I'm going Kill Bill, but man, that's a tough choice.
You say arigato like we say arigato.
You don't Kill Bill too, Ryan? Because you and I used to watch that movie on repeat when we were young adults.
For sure. We even saw it in theaters together, I remember. But I think, and John Wick, he kills a dude with a book. So in the
And a
library, an axe, all kinds of stuff. I think for the variety of just cool weapons and then the combat type choreography you could do, I'm gonna go John Wick. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. But both would be so awesome. Like in Kill Bill, murking like 40 dudes with a samurai sword in that room. Like, oh yeah.
I could see having like a really fun campaign and storyline for both of those series.
Yeah.
And I will say, Ryan, you brought up the fact that you and I saw it in theaters. I have to tell this story. I think you know what I'm going to say.
Aw.
But we saw it also with, I believe, my brother-in-law, Timmy. We were all in the theater, and there might be a scene where Uma Thurman puts a flashlight in her mouth. And let me just say that we got the giggles watching that, and it is not supposed to be a funny scene, but we could not stop laughing. And I think of that every single time I watch Kill Bill.
I knew
still
that's
to
where
this
you're
day.
going to go immediately.
I'm going to side with you, Ryan. I'm going to say John Wick as well, simply because if my choice is melee or guns, I'm always going to say guns. But man, either of those would be so fun. I'm just picturing playing Kill Bill and then get like a short anime sequence and play that out. All the over the top, blood and gore like Kill Bill. But I'm still going to say John Wick. I just want the guns.
Heck yeah.
All right, Josh, coming back around to you.
All right, I do have a gaming one. This one's a simple one, but it's a good question. Would you rather be as tall as Toad from Mario or as heavy as Bowser?
As by heavy, you mean like fat or like just
as big, big and heavy,
okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So current height, but like 800 pounds.
Correct.
Or shorter than Danny DeVito.
Yes.
I'm going to say, oh man, give me the height of Toad.
Really?
And that sucks, but I'm going to take it.
Is it Toad like 2.5 feet tall, man?
Yeah. I feel like if you're Bowser, you're really going to struggle getting around. That's my worry.
Okay,
that's
true.
true.
All right, let's do this then.
But Toad, I'm not going to be able to like reach stuff on the counter.
You are your size, but you are the weight of Bowser. So it's like you can still get in a car. You can still,
okay.
That's the, because that's why I said as heavy as Bowser. So not Bowser's size, but just his weight.
Oh, then I'll take that. Like I'm just going to like secretly weigh 800 pounds, but be my current build.
Yes.
And like challenge someone to wrestling and just like
then
jump
also,
on top
What
of
kind of car
dead.
do you think he's getting into?
Oh, that's true. You're going to need like a reinforced frame,
gonna say,
special
couch,
wheels.
Special
Couches,
suspension.
chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're gonna have to
Paul
ride a
broke another
semi.
chair.
All right, if that's the case, give me Bowser's weight.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I don't want to be 2.5 feet tall, man.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask for help getting stuff at like the grocery store.
Or just
and-
like even climbing into your chair. Like I'd have to jump to get into my like computer chair.
Yeah, I'm going Bowser too.
You say that, man, but then there's gonna be time, like just laying in bed, dude. Like, is your bed gonna be like a seesaw? Like you go to get in bed and then the bed just like shifts up.
Launch your
Yes,
wife into
it
the
will.
wall.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Like a trebuchet. Whoosh.
Oh, imagine cannonballs in the pool.
Oh
though.
my goodness, just empty out the pool.
Yeah. That's be quite a party trick. I like it.
Oh, that's good. Is it me now?
All right. Yep, coming back to
Sweet.
you, Ryan.
Okay. Would you rather play only game for the rest of your life? Only games from the last 10 years or only games from the next 10 years? So potentially we could have some great stuff coming out in the next decade, or you can stick with what we know.
It's like the known versus the unknown.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist, so
Right.
I am definitely going to take the next 10 years.
That's me too.
I'm figuring advances in tech, stuff we haven't played. As much as I would really grieve never being able to play Mass Effect or the
No
the
Cyberpunk,
first
no
3
Red
Dragon
Dead.
Age. I know.
All
Well, think of
those.
all the
It's gonna
games
suck.
that have come out that we haven't gotten a chance to play either. I mean,
Yep,
there's
that too.
1,000 games that I could think of where I'm like, man, I'd like to play that game at some point.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to.
I know. But yeah, I'm with Paul on this, man. And you guys know I have a hard time going back to games and stuff anyway. So give me that future outlook and those sweet Unreal Engine 6 graphics.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
We're looking at
Is
the
there-
future, Marty.
Is there worry, though, that we're going like the cyberpunk route where the corporations just keep taking over more and more of gaming? Like, it could get worse. We could have the
They
golden
probably
years
will,
of gaming
but
behind
they're
us.
going to keep giving me those sweet graphics and gameplay too on top of that to try to reel me in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, because I mean, you look back and how we talk about how amazing like the early 2000s were with games and stuff, but you would think how can they ever beat that? But then we get stuff like Red Dead, Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, all these other games. So yeah, I'm like you, Paul. I'm an optimist. I'm looking for the future.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it'll be like Back to the Future 2, where they're like, oh, you have to use your hands. It's like a baby's toy. Like, I'm sure future games are going to like blow the current generation out of the water. It's just inevitable.
Yep.
All right, coming back around to me. Let's see. All right, I like this one. Would you rather play a game where you have to learn everything on the fly with no tutorial, or a game that overly holds your hand but teaches you all the mechanics of the game?
All right. What was the first? Read that again, Paul.
Yeah, so would you rather play a game that you have to learn everything on the fly, so there's no tutorial,
Right.
so you have to just figure everything out on your own, or a game that overly holds your hand but teaches you everything in the game?
This one's easy for me. Easy
Are you
answer
sure?
for me. I'm sure.
Me too.
I'm sure. I have. It's not ideal. I get it, but I would much rather. I love the sense of discovery and figuring something out. Like, so give me that. Just throw me in and let me figure things. I just got done playing Star Citizen. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about
Yeah.
a game that doesn't tell you a thing and has 15,000 different systems on it. And yes, it can absolutely be frustrating because I'm like, how do I turn my engines on? Like, which of these 40 keybinds is it? You know, and then I'm hitting buttons and then I accidentally blow something up and then they get mad at me or whatever, you know, but I much prefer that over the treat me like I have 0 brain cells and absolutely walk me through every tiny little thing in the game. I feel like this, I'll give you a good example. Twilight Princess from Zelda. I know a lot of people love Twilight Princess. My wife and I, were huge Zelda fans, tried playing Twilight Princess, and it was so dumbed down with the stupid little fairy, Navi, I think was her name, where she's like, hey, if you use your stick, you can look around. And I'm like, I know how to use a controller. I don't need you to tell me that 2 hours into the game. You know what I mean? Like, if you press A, you can jump. And I was just like, dude, I'm gonna break this game because that's the most annoying thing in the world, man. So yeah, for me, this is easy. I will figure it out. Just throw me in there.
I changed my first question. It's Gilbert Godfrey and Josh's fairy voice. Those are the two you have to decide from. So,
oh man, that's a bad pick.
You gotta think about, Josh, though. Like, there may be tons of features though you'll never discover within the game to play. So you may not play. You may play it totally wrong or a totally different way.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You might. You
I
might end
played
up
it
like
my
no.
way.
Hold on.
Paul.
Hold on.
No.
You might just not build awesome, beautiful creations and then just
things.
take stamina potions and climb a mountain.
What? Everybody that's a mountain climber right now is mad at you guys.
That's fine. I don't think a whole lot of mountain climbers are also gamers. I doubt that Venn diagram's got a lot of overlap. Now, I will say, Josh, to play devil's advocate, because I'm with you, that is my answer as well. And some games do it great. Like on the Squadcast, we talked about Animal Well. Animal Well does not teach you a single thing. You just start playing. And how many times do you roll your eyes when you start a game and it says press forward to walk, like on your controller?
Yep,
and it's like, all right, if you're touching a controller, you know how to walk. But think about games like Terraria, which is such a great game. But if you don't have anyone teaching you how to play that game, you're not going to figure out 90% of what's in there. Like, I remember playing with you, Josh, and you learned so much about Terraria from your daughter. Mm-hmm. I never in a million years would have thought to like build stairs to go up into the sky where there's sky islands. I would have never known about that. I would have never known about a lot of the stuff for summoning bosses or how when you build your base that you'll have other people coming in and moving there. You're going to miss out on a lot of those kinds of games. Or RimWorld. That's another one where you have to learn how these things work or you're not going to have any fun. But then at the same time, how much did we complain about Forspoken, where you take 5 steps and the action pauses and now I have to read a screen and then you do that over and over for 2 hours. So I'm with you, but you're definitely going to miss out on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I get it. But there's also the chance that you discover something on your own. And then when you do, you're like, whoa, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's like where Animal Well really excels, like giving you that kind of sense of discovery.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you guys.
All right.
You go in just get thrown in, Ryan?
Yeah, I've always, I mean, to be fair, I don't really tutorial or instructions or anything. Like when I put stuff together and build things, I just toss the instructions to the side and figure it out. So ain't nobody got time for that.
What's your overall success rate? Like you have to at times fix stuff and like take stuff apart and rebuild it if you do it wrong.
It's very, very rare, I would say. Occasionally there's like one of the legs has to go this way or twisted this way because there's a notch that at the very end this part, sets into it. But it's very rare that, I have to do that. But when I do curse myself. Oh, why not? Dang it.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Build that IKEA furniture, get halfway through and realize you got to take half of it apart again. All right, well, let's go ahead and take our first break and we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Hey, Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
All right, we're back. Josh, coming back around to you.
Ooh, coming back to me. Okay. Another kind of character one here. Would you rather have the strength of Kratos or the speed of Sonic?
Speed of Sonic. I don't know how often the super strength is really going to come into play.
Are you kidding me?
Paul's moving service? You just pick up the refrigerator with one hand, the couch with another? I mean, Kratos is lifting trees, man.
For
You
real.
know,
It's very
we're
true.
talking some super strength here. You got a flat tire, Paul? Just lift the car up.
There you go.
You know?
I guess I'm
throw
going
it
to
home.
join some fighting rings.
Oh,
also.
absolutely.
Is-
UFC
yeah.
fights? Like, dude,
I don't
you'd be
want
the-
to, though.
You'd be the world's best like UFC fighter.
I don't want to hurt people.
I mean,
What could you
Speed,
accomplish
I'm
with
going to
the
be able to
speed, though?
travel.
Oh, that's true.
that's getting to work very quickly in the mornings. Would be
Yeah.
And I mean, can a runner use the HOV lane?
If you're as fast as Sonic, you don't need
You
it.
just go on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're gone. You can go in wherever. He can run on water. You can just run across the. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go grab lunch, and you can just run to Italy, grab some pasta.
Sure.
Now, what
run
about
home.
friction?
Run to Japan?
Are we counting friction in here? Are you just tearing through shoes every 2 days?
What
That could get
shoes
expensive.
does Sonic wear, by the way?
I don't know. I don't think they thought of that.
They should make
I think
some
for
like
the sake of this conversation, you have to just assume
you get the
that
shoes.
friction is negligible.
Oh, so we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ignoring the laws of physics now, guys?
You're talking about
That's literally
a different creature that can run like fast as light.
yeah. What are you going with, Josh?
I would go with the speed of Sonic.
You going speed?
I mean,
Did you
let's
answer,
be
Ryan?
honest.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've made it this far in life without being really strong. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's fine. You know, like yes, it would be convenient, but being able to run super fast would be really cool.
I would have probably said the strength because I go to the gym. I've been going to the gym forever. Like you always want to get stronger, and the thought of like having just massive strength all of a sudden is super cool. But Paul with the comment about travel, that's so like being able to just shoot wherever. I love history and being able to just shoot over to ancient history sites or just go wherever instantly. Man, that would be pretty sweet.
Listen to one of your audiobooks on Egypt.
There you go.
Just run on over. Go check it out in person. You can go see it right away. It'd be pretty sweet.
Love it.
All right.
right.
Coming back around to you, Ryan.
To me? Okay. Here's one. Would you rather play all games from now on with an N64 controller or with a Wii controller?
Okay. In my power rankings, I would have the Wii controller dead last.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
am I
it's
going to have to
horrible.
use motion controls too?
That's so horrible. Yes.
Oh,
Now,
get out of town. It's
what
N64.
if I get the little add-on that makes it really sensitive and better?
No. No.
It's still terrible.
It's not going to help.
Stock.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going.
still terrible.
I'm
Stock
going to N64.
controller.
Yeah, the Wii controller is the worst thing ever invented, man.
One
Now,
joystick.
that
you just
64
get-
controller is going to have wild drift. Like, you think Switch drift is bad?
Yeah.
N64 drift was something else.
Oh, it was something else. And think of shooters. That's going to be a little tricky with one thumbstick.
That is true. You're going to have to use the C buttons
Yeah.
or the arrow buttons. That's what they were called. Yeah.
So
Oh,
bad. What
that is
a couple of horrible controllers.
it was cool at the time.
Yeah.
But playing modern would not be fun. What about same for you, Ryan? Are you going 64?
Yeah,
Or are you going
for
Wii?
sure. No, I'm going 64. That's you'd adapt to the way the controller works a little bit, but I don't think there's any adaptation you can create for the Wii to make it palatable.
Gotcha. All right, coming back around to me here. All right, I got a question here. Now, I think I know how you're both going to answer, and I was trying to think of would you rathers where I know that you guys are different. So here's what I got for you. For the upcoming year, so for the next 12 months, you can either play only 3 games for 100 hours each, or you can play 100 games only 3 hours each.
You know my answer.
You're gonna quit after 3 hours?
Ask me, dude.
That's right. When you get sucked into every game, you're gonna have to quit.
It doesn't
You're doing
matter.
100 times.
I'm doing 100 games, 3 hours.
That's
Easy.
so
Dude,
crazy,
I
dude.
gotta
That
have
is
that
so wild.
variety, man. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You guys know this, man.
What if Rocket League 2 comes out? You got 3 hours.
I mean,
You
but
have to
then
put
I
it
got a
down.
new game to play after that. So it's like I'm constantly just looking forward to the next game.
Every time
the next God of War.
The 3 hour timer goes bing, Josh goes, perfect. It just grabs the next one.
Cool. That was fun. I wonder if
my
this one's
goodness.
going to be good.
Dude, that is crazy, man. How can you can't get into any game with 3 hours.
Yeah, but you get to sample so many of them, man.
That's all it is, though,
I've
is a
always
sample.
said give me one bite of everything on the menu versus one thing that I have to commit to. You know, not everything's going to be great. I fully understand that. You know what I mean? But just the experience of being like, cool, I tried 50 things and these 13 things were really good. You know, I don't know. It's just how my brain, I just want the experience of like trying a bunch of different stuff, man.
Josh
So
would-
Ryan, you're going 3 games, each one 100 hours.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I've always kind of played games anyways. Before the pod, if I found one I liked, I generally didn't play many other games like that year. I'd usually play a few a year because I just get sucked in and keep wanting to play. So yeah, I'm definitely doing that to get the time in and enjoyment, story, all that stuff. But Josh would definitely hate Red Dead then because he'd only have the snow level.
I didn't have to quit.
This is very true.
Worst
Like,
game of all time.
That game was horrible,
What
guys.
is this? It's like Snow Simulator, man.
Oh, I guess it would be a topic for another pod, but I do wonder which games would improve if you only played for 3 hours. There are some where that would play to your advantage for
Yeah.
sure,
That's true.
but I'd have to think through that. All right, so that's it for mine. Coming back around to so obviously I'm with Ryan on that one.
I knew.
Just
I
give
knew
me
both
my
of you
3
were.
games.
I knew I was the
Yeah.
oddball there for sure. But my fellow ADHD gamers will understand.
All right, Josh, you're up.
Okay. Would you rather have to use a keyboard and mouse from the 80s? So think the little mouse with the little rubber
The
roller ball
physical
that collects
ball,
all the
yep.
lint and everything in there. Or only ever game on a 19-inch CRT monitor.
Ooh. Dude, 19 is really small.
I know.
Man, that is small.
I'm going to say the old mouse and keyboard is what I'm going to go with. The mouse is going to suck a lot more than the keyboard. The keyboard's not going to be that
Keyboard's
bad.
like,
Yeah, keyboard
whatever.
won't be
Keyboard, you're
bad.
fine. Yeah, they made high quality
But
mechanical key switch.
Did they? Mechanical
Oh, yeah.
switches and all that stuff back then?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Okay.
The mouse is going to be a real problem. Like competitive shooters just got a lot harder.
Skipping. Remember when
Valorant
the
and
ball would get all
Counter-Strike?
nasty and you'd have to
Yeah.
the mouse would just skip or it wouldn't even roll and then you're like banging it against the desk and
And then the optical mice were amazing, and then you got laser, and they just kept getting better and better. Those old mice, dude, they were such.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like having to use a trackball? Remember the old trackball
Yeah.
mice?
Oh, yeah.
well, and the old mice only had 2 buttons and that was it. So no side buttons, no back buttons, no, none of that. So any game
Ooh.
where it's, you're not playing World of Warcraft with that mouse or something either.
That's
That's
what your
fine.
F keys are for.
Yeah. And one through plus on the keyboard. You got all those available to you.
Man, that monitor is just so small though, like 19 inches. I remember standing way back in the day, standing in line overnight at Best Buy for a 20-inch or 21-inch. I thought it was the biggest monitor in the world
Yeah.
back in the
Well,
day.
And being a CRT monitor, that thing's going to weigh a good, 40 pounds despite being only 19 inches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would not be able to deal with the 19-inch monitor, so I'll deal with the old mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I mean, maybe just you'd make it a habit every night, take it out, go wash the ball and put it back in. It'd be like routine maintenance for your computer.
See, I think this is harder for Josh because Ryan and I are not like whatever mouse you have, Josh, like the Naga or whatever, where it's
Yeah,
got
Josh is-
28 buttons
yeah,
on your
I have
mouse.
the Naga 12-button mouse, yeah.
I don't care. My mouse, I've got I don't even know what this is. Logitech G502. I've got like 6 buttons on it. That's all I need. I'm good. I can't fathom using more buttons than that on my mouse. So this is like harder for you to answer, I think.
I'm legitimately going with the monitor because I need my.
You're Mr. Monitor. What are you talking
Dude,
about?
I get it. But I'll just
You're
sit
Mr.
like
48-inch monitor.
I'll sit 3 inches from it, man. I grew
How do you
up on a
guys have that
CRT
monitor? How do you have that? You got to get that big OLED, man.
Yeah, it's great. It is great. But I'm just saying, if I had to try to deal with an old school mouse with a little rubber wheel inside of it, trying to play first person shooters or any game that has any kind of action whatsoever, like that would be the worst, man. That would ruin gaming, like legitimately like ruin gaming. There's a reason why there was only like Sierra adventure games back then. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll just strap that monitor straight to my face like it's a VR machine, man. Like 19 inches from 3 inches away is going to seem like an 80-inch TV.
What kind of frame rate are you looking at with old 19-inch monitors?
Dude, CRT monitors frame rates are actually really good. There's a reason that there's like this whole market for CRT monitors now. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Now color is going to be terrible because it's just going to be green. You know, at that point,
it's got 12 colors.
Yeah, but yeah, it's funny. Like there's this whole like revival for CRT monitors because some of the technology is so good for certain things. Like I just saw this thing today, not to get off on a tangent, but where it was like pixel art. And on a CRT monitor, like the pixels are blurry. So like pixel art looks really good on a CRT monitor. Whereas like on an LED monitor, it looks terrible, dude. You
can see the individual pixels.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's legitimately like some upsides to like a CRT monitor, but yeah.
Well, that's like why people went crazy over the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake trailers, where people were like, "That's not what Snake looks like in my head," because you were used to that kind of blur between all the pixels. I will also say, Josh, is your 19-inch flat monitor, or does it got the old curves?
No,
in the
CRT's
corners?
the curved, I think, right?
So you got to go curve.
Yeah. Oh, and it weighs like 50 pounds too, man.
Yeah. All right. All the power to you, Josh. Moving on, Ryan. What you got?
Okay, let's see. Would you rather only play single player games for the rest of your life, or only multiplayer games?
This is a real hard one for me to answer.
I know.
Me too.
Because you are losing so much gaming.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. It's.
I have always said, to me, the highest highs with gaming are those wild moments in single player story campaigns, whether it's like the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2 or, like Red Dead Redemption 2 with like where Arthur's story goes and it's so emotionally affecting. To me, those are like the highest peaks, but you can only experience that so often.
Yeah.
The social getting together of playing multiplayer games like on the day in and day out, maybe you don't hit the same highs, but you get to socialize with your buddies. You get to have so much fun. I feel like you're going to run out of single player content so much quicker. I mean, I guess you've got like unlimited indie titles. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that one. What do you think, Josh?
Dude, this one's super hard for me because I love the social aspect of gaming. And so my brain like leans that direction. But I mean, games like Cyberpunk, God of War, Red Dead. I mean, some of my favorite games. I mean, look at my top 10 list, dude. Yeah. It's a very good mix of like multiplayer games and single player games. And so it's like, which experience would I rather have? And then which one would I rather pass on? I mean, I will say this. It's very rare that I get infuriated at a single player game, whereas multiplayer games can definitely get under my skin, like I love them, but like I don't rage quit a single player game. Whereas I will definitely rage quit like a round of Overwatch or Rocket League or something like that. So, I mean, assuming that the worst can happen as well, I think I'm going single player, dude.
So only single player for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And here, I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like I got to explain it a little bit, because a single player game, when I am exhausted, right? You've worked a 12-hour day, you are just worn out. Like, you don't have the energy to come home and play like Call of Duty or Rocket League or like any of these like multiplayer games, because you're just dead, man. But it's like, but you can zone out and play Red Dead. And so it's like, I think that's the caveat where it's like, if I could only ever play one game, I feel like single player game will always fit the bill. Whereas multiplayer is my preference, but there's going to be many times where multiplayer is just not going to click. Like I said, whether it's bad teammates and you wind up rage quitting, or I'm just tired and I don't have the energy to be good at a multiplayer game. Like that decision sucks, man.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going single player.
That's definitely a hard one. And speak for yourself. I worked 12 hours today, and I'm going to play some Diablo 2 hardcore tonight.
Yeah.
So, I'll probably get sidetracked and die again. But, man, that's because I'm looking at my leaderboard right now for my top 10. I only have one game that's a multiplayer, and that's Diablo 2. It's all, yep. I'm a big time action RPG, single player story with a good campaign type guy. But, man, some of my... See, it's equal. Both of some of my best memories ever are either online playing with friends, because I love multiplayer games. But then, like you said, Paul, those crazy peak moments in a single player game, like Halo 3, driving the Warthog down the falling corridor and stuff. Like, man, I think I would have to go, because I'm so dialogue and story driven with a lot of games, is just the single player, because those are the ones. Never playing with another person. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in, Red Dead, Skyrim, Metal Gear, all those games. So yeah, I definitely got to go with single player.
And I think it's a lot easier to say that now because of so many indie titles and modding.
Yeah.
So that really opens up what you can do. And Ryan, you and I do not mind replaying single player games where that's a lot harder for Josh. I would have no problem firing up Mass Effect 1 for the 20th time and just having another playthrough. So I'm going to say the same, but I would really miss my day in, day out multiplayer games.
Yeah, no more PUBG for you, dude.
I know, PUBG, gone. It'd be tough. All right, let's go ahead and take our last break, and then we'll come right back.
Want to teach your kids financial literacy, but not sure where to start? Greenlight can help. With Greenlight, parents can keep an eye on kids' spending and saving, while kids and teens use a card of their own to build money confidence. As a parent, you can send instant money transfers, set up chores, automate allowance, and more. It's a convenient way to run your household, customized to your family's needs, and the easy way to raise financially smart kids. Get started with Greenlight today and get your first month free at greenlight.com/Spotify.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
All right, guys. So I know that we're very quickly running out of time. Probably only have enough for each of us to pick like 2 more, maybe 3, depending on time. I'm gonna ask you guys. All right, here's a good one. This one's kind of for you, Ryan. I know you're Mr. Bethesda.
Here we go.
Would you rather lose all past and future Fallout games? So Fallout is just gone. It gets snapped by Thanos. Or all past and future Elder Scrolls games.
Oh, my answer is easy. I like Fallout, but to me, Elder Scrolls is vastly superior to Fallout. So I'll lose all the Fallout games.
Yeah. Ryan really likes Fallout.
I know, this one's tough for Ryan, which is why I just went ahead and got my answer out of the way. I love sci-fi. But I like fantasy even more, so.
Yeah, see, that's a good one. That's tough, because obviously, Skyrim's number 2 on my top 10, but Fallout 4 and Fallout Vegas were just so dang good.
Don't forget about Fallout 76 now, Ryan.
This is true.
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, I got thousands of hours on those. Duh. Man, that's a good one, because there's just, And it's definitely the game I bought the most was Skyrim. I purchased it like 7 or 8 times. But no more Fallout or no more Elder Scrolls. Well, shoot, I'm not going to get Elder Scrolls till like 2040 anyways.
I know. The future entries are all 20 years apart.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say I'll stick with Skyrim and no more Fallout. It's like just they're both obviously absolutely amazing games, and I've had tons of fun in equally in both. But Skyrim's just that notch above for me, and Elder Scrolls in general is just that notch above.
I like the aesthetics too, man.
Yeah.
Like Skyrim's beautiful, dude. Like you get those mountain vistas and the valleys and the rivers and even the cities, and then it's like Fallout's just a sucky apocalyptic wasteland, man.
But Ryan loves post-apocalyptic.
I mean, I know he
do.
does, but I'm just like, if I'm saying like, this is why my brain goes like, I'll take the Elder Scroll series because it's like, it's just prettier.
Yeah.
Well, I've made my thoughts known on guns versus a lot of melee fighting.
That's true.
I might take some heat for this. I've already been on record saying I think Oblivion is better than Skyrim. I think Oblivion is as good as Elder Scrolls gets, but on the whole, I think Elder Scrolls is really overrated. I mean, they are great games.
Oh, yes. Boo this man. Boo this man.
I have them nowhere near the top of all time. Like, anytime I see Skyrim, best game ever, I'm like, get that out of here. Skyrim's great. It does not hold a candle to some of these other games.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I absolutely, especially adore Oblivion. But for me, I would rather hang on to Fallout. I love the VATS system. I love just the storylines and the choices that you make and how all that stuff plays out. I feel like Elder Scrolls does the exploration stuff better, but I care more about like that crafted story and getting to see where my choices play out. And I like how that works in a sci-fi setting. So I'll go ahead and lose Elder Scrolls.
The environment, though, like Josh said, there's this one. I don't know if you guys saw it. There's this video I saw online, Instagram or something, where it's this dude that's like green screened in on just like the wilderness on Skyrim, and the calming music is playing, and he may be partaking in the devil's lettuce, and he's just looking around. Oh man, I laughed so hard because I remember doing that, and I just playing, and you're just walking around, just zoning out and just vibing, with Skyrim, with the world. But
yeah.
Can't believe you, Paul.
Just playing in the background. Yeah.
Get your Dragonborn on. All right. Well, coming back to you, Josh.
It's me. All right. I got a good one for you boys. All right. Would you rather be able to reload a save in real life or be stuck on hardcore mode but have a full hotbar of abilities?
We already live in hardcore mode.
Exactly, but would you rather have a full hotbar of abilities, Ryan?
What makes you think I don't? I got all the abilities.
What kind of abilities are we talking here?
Dude,
yeah.
Game abilities. You want to think World of Warcraft or, just an ability
like fireballs?
hotbar. Yeah, man.
Lightning bolt.
Pyroblast.
Lightning bolt. Use your imagination on that
Lightning
one.
bolt.
But it's like, but you're on hardcore mode, so it's like real life, but you get, you get skills that you can use, or you can reload a save.
You're getting sniped if you start doing anything too wild with abilities.
Maybe.
I'm going to say the save mode, because now I'm going to have the opportunity to like go rob a bank and then just have it all reversed. And I'll be able to experience all those things without repercussions. So to me, that's kind of an easy one. That's what I'm going to pick.
I like that Paul's one reload is to try to rob a bank.
It's only one reload? I thought it's like you just have reload in life now.
I mean, I feel like infinite reloads makes this a little too lopsided.
You get
versus
3 reloads.
Like a hotbar of abilities. Yes,
it's like a genie.
3 reloads, Paul.
It's like 3 wishes. You get 3 reloads.
Because I mean,
3 reloads or a life of.
We're gonna say 10 skills in
magic?
that hotbar. That's a 10 skill hotbar right there. And it doesn't have to be fireballs. It could be rogue skills. I mean, any skill
Raise
in a game
dead.
that you can think of. Ooh.
Cast haste on myself.
Right,
Get my Sonic on.
There you go.
All right. Well, then, yeah, I'll take the hotbar.
Okay. I think I would too, man. I mean, I'm only going to live this one life anyway. Why not have like a whole bunch of skills I can use?
Yeah, so it's my life now, but with a bunch of sweet abilities, or my life now, but I can just kind of reboot.
I don't know, though. Think about that reboot, though. If you pick the right time, man, and you reboot, and you're like, hey, I think I will invest in Apple.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
so you're thinking that's better 3D chess than I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you're going to play things out for a few years, reboot back 10, invest all your money in the right
This
stock.
one's tough. I keep going back and forth now.
I'm going back to the save
reload?
and reload. Yeah. I'm
No,
going
but
back
you
to
could
that.
just save scum, and he yells at me for save scumming, man.
Oh, of course.
Back to your
Disco Elysium, if you save scum, don't even play the game. The whole point of that game is you have to
No way,
live
man.
with the consequences.
I made it into that container with a 1% chance, man. I know what's inside that container, Paul. You don't.
Sure. You I've watched it on YouTube. What are you going with, Ryan?
You guys are crazy. I'm taking those abilities because you
Are
can.
you?
You talking
What
about
are you going
for
to do
the,
with it?
But for the money,
What if it
okay.
was flight?
Yeah, I could use a. Okay, you're talking about robbing a bank. I go invisible. I teleport into the vault, grab the money, teleport out, and then I have a ton of money. Like there.
But it's also hard mode. You could get seen
Yeah.
while you're
I'm
sneaking around.
invisible.
You could set off a sensor.
Then I kill him with his laser zap.
Well, and it's hard mode. It's hard mode. All the cops are going to be on you. It's like GTA. You're going to have 5 stars immediately.
On this one, I think.
Dude,
I don't
no
know,
way.
man. I don't know.
That's I have
Dude, think about it.
10 skills. And
Yeah.
I don't even need to have them revolving. I'd lock them in. I'd have flight. I'd have invincibility. I'd even use a money glitch. That's one of my skills, money glitch.
What?
There you
On
go.
a hot bar?
No, you can't have no money
This is
glitch
just God
skill.
mode right here.
Duplicate
I've
item.
unlocked
Money
God
glitch.
mode and
Oh
take
my
over the
goodness.
world.
I think I am with Ryan, dude. It'd
Yeah.
be so cool to be able to like fly or like even a fireball. I would use it for good. You know, I would light people's
Or
fireplaces
you-
for them. I'm
boom,
not.
do that.
How
or-
often is that going to happen?
Not that
You
Come
could
on.
put out forest fires. Don't you
that
care
guy
about
on
the
the
forest,
freeway
Paul?
that cut me off? Don't worry, I'm not gonna hit that guy with a fireball.
Use a water,
Oh my
like a
goodness.
water blast, put out the forest fires. You can,
true.
you know, use super wind and like get all the pollution out. Save, you know.
Oh yeah.
See, you got to think about the world, Paul.
Yeah,
You're just thinking
Paul,
about yourself. Being real selfish right now, dude.
All right, I'm back to the hot bar. Give me the abilities.
Yeah, we did it.
I'm back. All right. That was your
was
would you
mine,
rather, right,
yeah.
Josh? All right, Ryan, coming back to you.
Okay, let's see here. Would you rather play one game for 6 hours a day for the rest of your life, but you can pick the game, or you can never play video games again?
I'll
I
have
to play for
I
6
have to play
hours.
6
You
hours.
have to play 6
So
hours
I get
a
home
day.
from work. I say, "Hey, family, I love you, but I have to go play this game for 6 hours."
Yep.
Dude,
But it
that's
can
a
be whatever
quarter
game I
of
want.
your life.
And that's basically what I did with EverQuest, guys. So I know what this
Yeah.
is like. So
Yeah, but imagine. Well, I mean, I was gonna say I don't know if you've got 50 years left, Josh, but let's say at least at
what
least
is
20.
that?
Wait, with the hot bar he
Shots
does.
fired.
You regenerate.
We did boo Paul for his take.
Yeah.
On
All
other
right.
That was worthy, boo.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, like imagine like 30, 35 years, 40 down the road. Like
yeah.
what, you're still
I'm
trying
giving up
to
video
trying to
games,
cue
dude.
Rocket League?
I'm
Like no,
giving
you
up
can't
video.
play.
I can't do it.
No, I'd rather give it up.
Yeah.
Man, you know how productive I'd be?
No more video games for
I
sure.
know. Yeah. I'd probably have skills I could put in a hot bar.
Could develop and invent all
Yeah,
that stuff.
I mean, I love video games. I mean, obviously, but if I had to play one for that long every day, I would be miserable. So
it would start to become just such a chore.
yeah. Now, if you told me I can switch the game once a month or something like that, now that's a different story.
That would
Yeah.
be a little more enticing.
Yeah, but
That would
this
definitely
same
change the
game-
Or once a minute, like Josh would do.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm in. Change my answer.
Next
Josh,
game,
you
next
can
game,
play
next game.
10,000 games for 1 second each.
Yeah,
Sold. I don't have to hear anything else.
just
Oh,
gets
that's
to the
funny.
title screen and then cuts off instantly.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
So wait,
All
were
right.
we unanimous on that? We're all giving up games at that
Yeah.
point? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
I
give up
figured.
games.
Okay.
That'd be too sad. All right. My next would you rather. All right, here we go. Maybe this is really easy for you guys, but this is really hard for me to answer. Would you rather only be able to play GTA 6 for the next year or be able to play every other new release that you want, but not be able to play GTA 6 and have to hear the whole world talk about it?
See,
And you're going to have to miss out.
give me the games. I need that variety, man.
Oh
I know
my
you
gosh,
two
dude, you're
struggle. I
crazy.
know you two struggle, man.
GTA Online, you're going to get a lot
Yeah,
of
that's what I
new
was thinking
content
about.
throughout the year. GTA Online was so awesome. Not when it first launched. It was very buggy. But over the course of like a year, fixing some of the stuff and getting the content drip, once they hit the heist, I think that was a couple years down the road. But man, see, to me, I am so hyped for GTA 6. It is in its own class of hype for me. I think I would say just give me GTA 6 and I'll forego everything else.
Now, was it for 1 year?
1 year.
Oh, see.
365 days from the day GTA 6 releases.
You just have to listen. You're going to listen to Paul and I just laughing, talking about all the fun times. Oh, we did this
watch
heist
videos
online.
on YouTube. I can watch playthroughs, you know.
That's not the
here's
same.
the thing. You guys are going to beat GTA, the campaign, in 2 weeks.
That's why you get GTA Online.
I know, but then online just gets... You think they're releasing a brand new GTA Online with the cash cow that GTA Online is right now? They're not going to do that, dude. They're just going to enhance the GTA Online with some new features from GTA 6.
It could be the Warcraft mode where it's, 20 years running and they've graphically updated things, but it's still the old one. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what they're looking to do, but
I need the variety. I will be jealous as all heck. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to have like some regrets when this is going down, but there's going to be 40 games when that game comes out that like we're hyped to play, and you don't get to play any of them, dude. Like this kind of goes to the if you could only play one game kind of thing. Like, yeah, that sounds great for a little while, but then you're going to get tired of it, dude.
Would it be harder for you to answer if it was The Witcher 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is The Witcher 4?
Dang it.
Could you imagine me and Ryan going full spoilers, talking Witcher 4, and you're just sitting there like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I haven't played it.
Oh,
that would be...
Man, that would.
Talk about FOMO. That I don't even get FOMO. That would give me crazy FOMO.
Okay,
sure.
Counterpoint. 8 months into you being forced to play nothing but this game, I'm talking about this new release that came out that is just the bee's knees. Man, this game's so much fun. People have been hyping it for 6 months now, and then you guys can't play it because you're 8 months in, bored to tears with GTA 6 at this point.
Yeah, but look at the batting average of all those anticipated games. Like, you were super psyched for Sandland.
Oh,
and then they drop a demo, and it's like, oh, this game sucks.
Okay, once I played the demo, my hype went way down.
But that's my point. Like, that inevitably, that's half of the games we're hyped for will end up sucking.
You went to Sandland, Paul?
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
Dang.
Chris went Sandland.
Okay, think about this though, Josh. Like, think of the amount of like in the moment you had to be there type fun Helldivers was.
I mean, that's true.
You think you come here a year after we all played and had that fun?
Helldivers, though. You're going to miss out on Helldivers completely because you're stuck playing GTA 6.
Yeah, but maybe that's what we're having fun doing, and you're missing out on all that in the moment because that's when everybody's on, that's when everybody's playing.
I get it.
And then everybody moves on to something else.
Give me that variety, man. I need that. I need those games. I need them new games.
I'm kind of not sure what I want to choose, though.
I know.
It's tough, right?
That's really tough. I think there's so much to do in GTA, and not just the campaign, all the exploration, and then just running around and shooting stuff and blowing stuff up, and then online with friends. You have infinite amount of
racing.
Heists. Dude, the amount of just racing I did on GTA Online back in the day, like. Every night I was racing for hours.
One more point, because I feel like I have to win this for some reason, even though there's no winning this. But like, how many of our listeners come in and chat with us, and then like they've never played Cyberpunk, they've never played God of War, they've never played Red Dead, they've never played Elden Ring, they've never played any of these games that are legendary caliber games, and they're just fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, dude, you don't know what you're missing if you don't know what you're missing. And they're like, dude, I'm a happy gamer, man. I've never played them. I hear they're good. I might play them one day, but it's not like they're like unhappy gamers.
We run a video game podcast. We're going to know what we're missing.
I mean,
we're going to hear nothing but it, and we're going to have to talk about it. Oh, yeah, well, we still haven't played yet.
Yeah, it's not an ignorance is bliss thing,
Dang it. That's all right. That's the last point I had. I'm out. I'm out of
I'm going GTA.
Arguments. Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going GTA. Yeah. I think there's so much to do online after you play on the campaign and stuff. And I'm sure, it's still not released, so it's not like we know what it's going to be. So it could just be some super awesome campaign with like you had in GTA 5 with all the different characters and different ways you could play them and stuff. So yeah, I'm going GTA.
It's easy for me to say, but when it comes out and I can't play it, I will be whining and complaining and crying and like.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm playing Sandland.
Not you
Because
too,
yeah,
Ryan.
think about over the course of a year, like in the last 12 months, how many games have you been forced to play, Josh? It's not very many. It's only
true.
a small handful.
But how many games have I been
losing out
excited
one of those
to
big
play
ones.
though? You know what I mean? Like how many games have I been excited for the release and like to play? And you guys know, man, I'm jumping around between games and
Yeah. Like you were so hyped for No Rest for the Wicked, and that was like that
was a fun
14
game.
days, and
Yeah,
then
that's true.
never touched it again.
But I can just move on to the next one at that point.
Very true.
Yeah.
Move on to Sandland. Yeah. All right. I think we got time for one more. You got a super special one up your sleeve, Josh? You got a favorite Would You Rather left? Or have you used them all?
I got one. Would you rather be married to Lilith from Diablo 4 or Kerrigan from StarCraft 2?
Oh.
And the Queen of Blades one, obviously, not the pre-transformed.
Right. I assumed as much. Oh boy.
I'm going Lilith.
Now you're gonna have to remind me. Her dad is who?
Is Mephisto,
Diablo?
I think.
Or
right?
Mephisto?
I think it was Mephisto.
So your father-in-law is now Mephisto.
Yeah, but I'm his son-in-law. He loves me. You know.
I don't know. That's some high stakes, man.
I'm still picking Lilith, man.
Picking Lilith?
Something about them new graphics or something. I don't get into the bony, like Kerrigan's bony, the weird spider arm spike wing things.
Yeah, you try to give her a hug and
I know, too bony. I don't like bony.
Okay. I'm going Lilith too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Going Lilith?
She's that bad girl.
You know what? I feel like I forget a lot of Kerrigan's lore and how she acts. I'll go ahead and say Lilith. Why not?
Yeah.
She is the winner.
All right. Well, yep, Lilith. All right. Well, I think we are gonna wrap.
I do have one more. One more. I gotta ask
Sure,
this one.
go for it.
Okay. Would you rather be a top esports caliber player, but you only ever get to play the one game that you're good at, or be bad at shooters like Ryan, but you can play any game you want?
Shots fired.
That's for the Sandland.
I was just gonna say that's retaliation.
So I can be esports level of, I guess, like PUBG.
Whatever.
I don't know. That's
it's
not
gotta
very
be a competitive
exciting.
game. It's got to be a competitive game because it's esports. But that's the only
Okay.
game you ever get to play. But you are world renowned.
So I could be like the world best Counter-Strike player.
Sure.
That's going to bring a lot of money too.
But
That's what I was
all you
thinking.
get to
That's
play.
like,
Dude, they gotta get tired of playing those, right?
You would think.
yeah, but then you have a bunch of
look
money.
how old it is.
Do they?
And you
Do
can-
you? What is like a top esports player?
Well, if you're the
make?
top in the world,
You see a lot of prizes
I
that
mean,
are
what
in
do
like
what are
the
they
$5
making?
million range.
$250,000 a year, you think? For like if you're like the 1% of esports players?
Dude, you get your deal with marketing your own
sponsorships and
energy
stuff.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're
yeah.
stuck playing Counter-Strike forever.
Yeah, but then I can quit my day job.
Yeah.
dude, these guys are making millions.
I think they make a lot of money.
5.4 million, Collapse
Streaming.
5.39, Mira
Get a lot of subs.
5.38.
All right. I didn't know they were making that much.
Yeah. I think I'll go for the esports,
Yeah.
and that's going to become my job. And now in my free time, I'm just going to shift that to like TV and movies and reading, other forms of entertainment. That's going to be my game plan.
All right, that makes sense. I didn't really make that much money. Ryan's
Yeah,
eyes
that's a
are
big
big.
difference.
He's just looking. I can
I'm just
see the
looking-
glare of his monitor in his eyes. Where he's just like, they're making millions.
Counting the zeros.
Ryan's like, guys, we go to play Counter Strike.
For real. That's so much money. Yeah, no, I'm doing esports with the money.
I really just needed that one to take the dig at Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
It was worth it. All right. Well, I think that wraps everything up for this bonus round. So as a reminder, we did mention earlier, we do have a Patreon support page all set up. That is how we get by on the pod. We do rely on our listeners. You can help us out. You can sign up starting at $5 a month. You'll get a shout out on the show, bonus episodes, special channels in Discord, all kinds of stuff. stuff. Again, that's at multiplayersquad.com. And make sure to hit us up on socials at Video Gamers Pod and rate our show 5 stars. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, happy gaming.
And sign up, because if you like this episode, this is what our squadcasts are like. They're fun and awesome and hilarious. So sign up and see ya.
All right. See you, everybody.